I think we are ready, Arianna. Are you ready?
I'm very excited and ready.
Awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Kid Inventor Friday celebration. Hello to everyone who's with us on Zoom. Hello to our friends on Facebook Live, and for anyone that watches this after. I am Christine Lawler King from the Invention Convention Worldwide program, and with me today is a wonderful young inventor, Arianna Anderson, an eighth grader from East Hartford, Connecticut. Hi, Arianna.
Hi.
Hello, dear. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're working really hard on your virtual homeschooling. So we appreciate you taking the time to share your invention journey with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, awesome. For everyone watching, I hope this time with our kid inventors inspires you and helps you escape from some of the stresses that we are all experiencing right now. And for our teachers who are watching, we hope this segment just brings you joy and that you are able to share these awesome stories with your students and their families. If you have any questions and Q&A questions for us and you're watching us on the Zoom webinar, please, there's a Q&A section that you can give us some questions and we'd be happy to answer them either now or after the fact. I hope this segment, our episode, brings you hope for our future, because wait till you hear about Arianna. I met her 3 years ago. She was a sixth grader, and she was already thinking about making people who needed to wear masks feel more comfortable. She wanted to invent a more fashionable mask so that people wouldn't feel the stigma of wearing them. So that was 3 years ago. A young girl was thinking about masks 3 years ago, and now look at where we are in the situation right now. So Arianna, please show us and tell us all about your invention and your invention journey.
Okay, so hello, my name is Arianna, and I'm the inventor of Epic Mask. So I started 3 years ago when it was a really bad flu season, and actually one of my friends at the time, one of her grandparents died of the flu, and I really wanted to help, and I didn't know what to do. And so I started to write down my ideas of what I had, and I started to think of possible solutions to things like airborne illnesses and the flu. And so I was like, what can possibly protect germs? And I thought of a mask, and I was like, okay, so a mask. So I would have to figure out a way to elevate a mask. And so 3 years ago, I came up with my first prototype. I started off with some cotton material and an insert pad. And so I found out that as I was doing research, essential oils was a very beneficial tool when it came to not having congestion and kind of preventing flu symptoms. And so I wanted to incorporate essential oils into my blend. Into my mask. And so what I did was I used eucalyptus oil in the beginning and used an insert pad and kind of sewed an insert pad into my mask. And that's what I put it in. And I put it on my face, and I was able to smell the essential oils. And I kind of just started telling my parents about it, and we started to showcase it. And it was all through Invention Convention, which gave me this idea, because it was all around that Invention Convention time. And so we had went through the different processes of Invention Convention, and I was getting more and more attention, even so that I was able to have Scott Haney wear it. And so here it was, my sixth grade mask. This is what it looked like. It had my insert pad with essential oils in it. And this was it. This was my sixth grade epic mask. And so, yeah,
So can I tell people about, so for those of you who do not live in Connecticut, Scott Haney is a local news anchor here. And Arianna got to be on his show and she loves him. So when he was interviewing her, he put on the mask, and I have a picture which I can't show everyone, but your face, you just lit up when someone that awesome as Scott Haney tried on your mask. That was a great moment. So that was your sixth grade mask. Okay. And then tell me, because now we're 3 years later, how have you transformed this mask into what it is today?
So in seventh grade, I wanted to make some more improvements to my mask. And so I knew that essential oils was great, but what can make it greater? And so I did some research and I found this type of rock I'll show you called activated carbon, which is what's in the Ziploc baggie right here. And so activated carbon has been proven to take the toxins out of air. Therefore, it would be cleaning the air that you breathe. And so what I did was I went to my local library and I knew that they had a 3D printer. And so I used, this is the enlarged version of what it was, the enlarged version, but it was a 3D printed insert of where that activated carbon would go. And so I made a new mask with more fashion. I wanted to be fashionable. I like fashion. And I wanted to put that 3D printed filter inside with the activated carbon. So this is what it looked like in seventh grade right here. And
I
this is
love
where
I love
the,
the fashion aspect of it.
thank you.
Like we would rock that. That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about the activated charcoal? Like what does that do for it?
So activated carbon
Carbon.
actually would be one of the filtering layers of that seventh grade mask, because it would be like over the mouth and nose. So when that polluted air would come in, it would help to clean the air and have more clean air, more like a magnet to magnetize those pollutants in the air, so you could have a cleaner breathing experience.
Um, so you had the real colorful one, then you had the black and white one with the little. Do you have was there another iteration from that, or is that your last one so far? So far.
So far, it
Okay.
is the last iteration. We're still working towards, because I'm actually, my ultimate goal in the beginning was to have to have a noticeable elastic. I didn't want that. So we're still working towards that. Because I found that it sometimes looked weird and uncomfortable, what I like to call ear fatigue of ear elastics being on your ears for a long period of time. And so I think it was really important to have that comfy feel. So we're still working towards having that no elastic.
Oh, awesome. That's a really great point, because that does happen when something's around your ears for that long. So talk to me about invention must be so challenging. Like there must be so many things that come up and there's problems and there's challenges. How do you stick with something for this long, that when challenges arise, how do you stay connected to this invention for that long?
So I'm really passionate in my invention. I'm really confident in it. And I think that's something that's really important, is to have confidence in your inventions. Even if they may be viewed, I know in like sixth grade, it was sometimes viewed, oh, a mask, we're never going to need that. And now in the situation that we're in right now, I think I'm just really glad that I was able to stick with it and be able to pursue it. And I think it just takes determination, and you have to stay focused. And sometimes I got off track, but I was able to put myself back on and still work on my mask.
Yeah, awesome. And so what did you learn throughout this process? What new skills do you now have? How do you look at things differently? What have you learned?
So I view differently because of Invention Convention. It's taught me to look at the world more innovatively. Is that a word? Innovative?
Yeah.
As an
Yep.
innovator.
Yep. You got it, girl.
And think critically about things. I would have been look at something and be like, oh, and just kind of walk off. And I could look at it again now and be like, oh, that's cool. I wonder if I could do something to it, or I wonder if this is something already created. And it's just made me be able to think and evaluate on things, and just be open-minded. I was very closed-minded before Invention Convention, and I think inventing helps you to see like another part of the world and just have another side of, oh, you can look at it this way, and you can also look at it this way. You can also create this. And I think it's really awesome that Invention Convention inventing does that to people.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. And through Invention Convention, you've had to give many presentations, right? I mean, you've been to the Connecticut Invention Convention finals, you've been to the US Nationals at the Henry Ford Museum, you've been on some TV shows, famous. How does that feel? Are you getting better? Are you like, how does presenting to all of these people make you feel? How easy is it? How difficult is it?
I think it's getting easier every time. It's, I think, increasing my self-esteem, and it helps my presentational skills now at school when there's something, oh, do you want to do a speech or something? I'm more confident to say yes because I've had that experience that, and I'm still getting that experience like right now, and I really enjoy every bit of it, and I think it's teaching me a lot.
Oh, awesome. I certainly have a million more questions for you, but we have a question in the chat. What are the next steps with your invention?
So right now, again, I wanted to take out that elastic in my masks. I think I took out the 3D printed element of it because I found that it was bulky, and it kind of weighed down because it is plastic. So it kind of weighed down my mask a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out something else that I could use to have that same activated carbon filtering, with less bulkiness to it.
Wow, that's super. I would never have thought of that. I would have thought that that would still be light enough, but you're absolutely right. Any kind of weight is going to bring that mask down. That's fabulous. And that was a great question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for submitting that, because we do want this invention to live on and see the next iteration, the next, the next version you have of this. We're bringing you right back on again. Um, so obviously, I mean, you've been with this for 3 years. You've been through the ups, the downs, you're learning new skills. What advice would you have for other inventors? And I mean kids, but also adults. Adults, we need to listen to our kids sometimes. They know what they're doing. So what advice would you have for other inventors?
So I would say that no matter how small a problem that you're impassioned about or that you've thought about is not too small to innovate upon and create a solution on. Just something small like doing the dishes or doing a chore, and trying to innovate from that. It's not too small. You can innovate from that. You can create something new. It's possible.
So can you show people are really wanting to see the masks again? Can you, I don't know if you can hold them both up at the same time. I don't know how that would look on Zoom, but let's see.
Um, okay, so I don't think I'm able to hold them both
Okay,
at the
no,
same time.
cool. Then start
So
with
this
your
is
first
the
one.
sixth grade mask. I like to call them elephant ears. Um, and it was very colorful, tie-dye, um, and comfortable. And so this is the seventh grade mask. Um, it's a different style to it, a little bit smaller. You don't get the flaps anymore. Um, and then that's when we added our activated carbon on top of our essential oil blend.
That's phenomenal. I just love the fashion aspect of this.
Thank you.
It makes it okay to wear these.
I,
And again, especially 3 years ago when people were not wearing masks, or there was a stigma around it.
yes, I'm trying to bring more positive energy to masks, because I know that sometimes people can be embarrassed to wear masks in the public, and I'm trying to eliminate that by having more patterns and colorful aspects to it so people can feel more confident to rock a mask to protect themselves.
Awesome. So Ariana, we have a bunch of kids home now, okay, who are they might be homeschooling or virtual schooling. Um, what else could they be doing with this time that they have? What is your message to kids who are sitting at home right now going, I have nothing to do but school?
I would say try to look around the house for things that you um, take a second look at things that you pass every day, things like light bulbs, aluminum foil in your kitchen, Legos, things that you're able to build on, maybe do some research. I'm thinking fabric. Um, things like that that you're able to move around, tape, glue, even things like cardboard, things that you can really manipulate and make new things out of.
Oh, awesome. That's super helpful. So you can be an inventor or an innovator just at home. It
Yeah,
doesn't, yeah, like
anybody
it.
can be an innovator.
Oh, awesome. So people are asking about your masks in particular. Are you trying to bring these to the market? Like, are you ready to sell these right now? Have they been tested, or is that the future of this invention?
So it is the future. We're still working on it. Right now, I am making masks to give to my community, but they're not my epic masks. They're just masks that we're making and giving out to our community, family, and friends, just so they can stay safe. We donated a couple to the local senior home, just so people can stay safe and I can do something to give back to my community.
That's so awesome. You're so special, girl.
Thank you.
Um, a question just arose as you were talking about what kids can do now in their homes. And okay, I'm stuck at home. I feel like I have nothing to do. How do I go about finding problems that I would like to solve?
So if you have chores to do, I think that's something important that you can view as a problem. You can go in your room. Maybe there's something you want to organize, something that you would want to be done that you have to do manually. Um, Maybe something feeding your pet, something like that, I think is important that you can do at home using the supplies you already have in your house.
Yeah, awesome. That's great advice to help parents who are now stuck home with, not stuck home, but stuck home with their children and trying to find some things to do with them. Now, back with your masks, which one is your favorite? Do you like your original or do you like your super duper deluxe? Or are you going to like what it becomes in the future?
I'm looking forward to having my sixth grade mask and my seventh grade mask combined. Getting both aspects of it is something that I'm looking forward to. Personally, I actually like my seventh grade. To me, it has more sophisticated look, so to speak. Um, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And you were saying that you're making the masks, not necessarily your masks for everyone. How did you get, like, I'm a kid at home and I hear you say that and I say, I want to do that. How did you find out what to do?
So I knew that my local craft stores had fabric, but if you don't have fabric, maybe try using a very breathable material like piece of cotton from your old cotton T-shirt,
Mhm.
something like that. That you're able to use and reuse again. But I used like cotton squares of material, and then what I did was I just printed out an outline that I could cut. I sewed it together, and I created a mask that I can now wear um, just in case.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And you are donating yours to the senior center?
So we were donating the ones that we were making, not the Epic masks,
Yep.
but um, kind of almost like a N95 mask, that the outline of it, we were donating to the senior home, about a couple dozen of them. So,
That's awesome. We have another question, which is a great one.
yay!
When you were doing your mask, the Epic mask, who helped you with this? Inventing can't just be you living in a bubble, right? Who was helping
No.
you with this?
Yes, my mom and my dad. My dad helping me to brainstorm new ideas of how to make this better. My mom helping me on the sewing machine. My nana helping me on the sewing machine. My family in general saying, "Okay, Ariana," and all of these encouraging words for me to continue to pursue my dream of making epic masks. My family, my friends, my teachers, my school, just my community really pushed me to not settle on things and continue, and anything it can be improved.
Awesome. So what advice would you give to other inventors that think that invention is just this solo act, they're just going to do it and plow through with it? What would you tell them about the beauty of bringing other people into the mix?
I think it's really important to not just have the solo act when you're inventing, because maybe you're having something that you're stuck on. And if you were to invite somebody else to help you on with it, maybe they can give you advice that you weren't thinking before. And you're able to have different eyes, and two sets of heads are better than one. And so I think it's really important for you to include people. That way you're able to have a project that is more versatile, because looking at it one way, the more people you have, the more it's close to society. And so when more people are thinking about that, and so a person could be giving you advice, and that could be something that the whole your whole community was thinking about. And so I think it's really important to see different sides from different people.
That's amazing. I love that you've said the word community a couple of times here. We all need community, right? And
Yes.
what an amazing way to build that, establish it, and be connected to it than through inventing. That's a great point. Oh my gosh, we are getting more questions, girl. Like,
Yay!
yes. So, someone wants to know, why did you choose fabric? Like, there's plastic, there's this, there's that. Why did you choose a fabric for your mask?
So I started off by taking a regular medical mask, um, and kind of looking at the material of it, and I kind of played around with it and realized how it was very breathable, and that's what I kind of wanted to imitate with my mask, is having that breathable material. And that's why, and I found that cotton is a very breathable, and I was also trying to, in sixth grade, they were encouraging you not to go out and buy a lot of things. So I also wanted to keep this inexpensive. So I just found that cotton was inexpensive, it was breathable, and it did exactly what I was looking for.
Awesome. And I know we talked about the testing before, and that's certainly in the future of this. Have you thought about what the testing looks like? How would you test this?
So I've been thinking about having kind of like a tunnel, where the activated carbon would be in that tunnel, and there would be kind of like polluted air, and that magnet, it would be like magnetized by the activated carbon, and then there would be like cleaner air on the other side of that tunnel, kind of to show the process of having you have clean air as you're breathing it in through the mask.
Wow. I wonder if there's not an expert out there that could help you with that.
Yes,
Again, as we were talking about, it really takes a community to
yes,
help in the invention process. Maybe that's something that in the future you could involve someone that would understand how to test this special invention and help you with that. That would be great. Let's see, let me see if there's any more. People want to see the people who have joined us late want to see the masks. So let's just
Okay.
keep on. We should have had a
Yeah.
billboard built behind you.
So this is my 6th grade mask right here. Colorful, festive, right here. And so then we also have my 7th grade mask. And something that I really like with my masks is that you're able to use them again and again. You're able to wash them versus a regular doctor's mask with after one use, you have to throw it out. So I think it actually is kind of eco-friendly because you're able to wash it and you don't have to go out. It's a money saver, time saver, because you're able to wash it instead of having to keep buying more and more boxes of regular masks.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's why, again, the fabric was a good choice with this because it is washable, and that is so amazing. What else do you want to tell us? Is there anything else that a question didn't ask that you're like, I was really wanting to tell people this?
So I just wanted to say that whatever your dreams are, you have to pursue them. I really wanted my epic mask to have confidence in a mask because that's why I wanted them to be fashionable and have cute patterns because people are able to kind of show their style on their mask and like you said earlier, kind of like get away from that negative stigma of masks that are being produced right now because it's more fashionable and you're able to have I like that mask type of look, and she's trying to protect herself, and I want positive energy for my mask.
I remember you telling me that before. I love that positive energy around these masks because, again, 3 years ago, people were not wearing masks for the
Right.
most part, and now we're certainly wearing them, and it's got a lot of negative energy around it. So I love that you're trying to bring some positive energy, especially around this time. Well, Arianna, thank you so much for spending your time with us today and for telling us everything and for being able to answer questions. I know from the audience, I know that can be scary. You never know what someone is going to ask. Before we go, though, we have to do something. We have to send a shout out to Mrs. Kinnell.
Yes, we love you.
Your Invention Convention teacher, and you've got to shout your whole Sunset Ridge school community out. So go ahead.
Shout out to my community, to my family. Love you so much. Thank you for everything.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Mrs. Kinnell. Thank you to all of the other Invention Convention teachers out there. What you're doing matters. What you're doing is impacting our youth. And I know it's hard work. So thank you for always taking that extra time to mentor all of these young inventors everywhere throughout the world now. This is a worldwide program, Arianna.
I know.
And thank you to everyone who's watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll join us next Friday, again at noon, where we have another kid inventor telling his story. And until then, we just wish everyone health and safety, and we look forward to connecting with you again next week. Thank you, Arianna.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone. Bye-bye.